Let's be honest, sometimes self-help books feel like they were written for people who already have their lives together. Like, oh, you're struggling with self-acceptance? Just be more accepting. Easy peasy. But here's the deal, in a world that's constantly telling us to do more, be more, achieve more, it's easy to lose sight of the most important relationship we have, the one with ourselves. Self-love isn't about cheesy affirmations or bubble baths, although those can be nice. It's about radical acceptance, fierce compassion, and showing up for ourselves, even when it's hard. So, what does this journey of self-love look like? It's about embracing 10 key elements: self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-worth, setting boundaries, mindfulness, authenticity, growth, forgiveness, emotional regulation, and nurturing a healthy relationship with our inner selves. These elements are interconnected, like threads woven together to create a tapestry of wholeness. They are the tools that allow us to navigate the world with courage, vulnerability, and a deep sense of worthiness. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore each element, uncovering its power and how it can transform your life. This isn't about adding another task to your to-do list. It's about a radical shift in perspective, a commitment to showing up for yourself with the same love and compassion you offer to those you care about most. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Self-acceptance isn't about achieving some idealized version of ourselves. It's about embracing every part of who we are, including the messy bits, the flaws, the past mistakes. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? You're good enough, just as you are. Now, I know that's easier said than done. We're bombarded with messages telling us we need to change, to fix ourselves, to fit in. But what if we challenge those messages? What if we dared to believe that our imperfections are what make us unique, what make us human? Think about it. Have you ever met someone who seemed perfect and felt completely disconnected from them? Perfection is an illusion, a barrier to genuine connection. It's in our imperfections, our vulnerabilities, that we find our shared humanity. When we can embrace ourselves, flaws and all, we open ourselves up to deeper, more meaningful connections with others. We give ourselves permission to be authentic, to be real, to be seen. Self-acceptance is a journey, not a destination. It's about showing up for ourselves with kindness and compassion, especially on the days when we feel like we're falling short. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of love and belonging, not because of what we achieve or how we look, but simply because we exist. So take a deep breath, look yourself in the eye, and whisper, I'm enough, just as I am. It's a revolutionary act of self-love. We often extend more grace and understanding to our friends than we do to ourselves. Think about it. If a friend was struggling, would you berate them, call them names, tell them they're not good enough? Of course not. You'd offer them kindness, support, and encouragement. So why do we treat ourselves so differently? Self-compassion is about extending that same kindness and understanding to ourselves, especially when we're hurting, struggling, or feeling inadequate. It's about recognizing that we're human, that we make mistakes, that we're not perfect. And it's about offering ourselves the same compassion we would offer a loved one. Instead of beating ourselves up for our shortcomings, we can choose to speak to ourselves with kindness and understanding. We can acknowledge our pain without judgment, recognizing that suffering is a part of the human experience. Self-compassion is not about letting ourselves off the hook or ignoring our mistakes. It's about holding ourselves accountable with love and understanding, not shame and criticism. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of compassion, even when we mess up. So, the next time you find yourself struggling, treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. Offer yourself kindness, support, and a gentle reminder that you're doing the best you can. We live in a world obsessed with external validation, likes, followers, achievements, material possessions. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our worth is tied to these external factors. But here's the truth. Our worth is inherent. It's not something we earn or achieve. It's something we already possess, simply by virtue of being human. Self-worth is about recognizing our inherent value, regardless of our accomplishments, our appearance, or what others think of us. It's about understanding that we are worthy of love, belonging, and respect, just as we are. It's about letting go of the need to prove ourselves to others and embracing the truth that we are enough. When we cultivate a strong sense of self-worth, we're less likely to seek validation from external sources. We become more resilient in the face of challenges, more confident in our choices, and more comfortable in our own skin. So, how do we cultivate self-worth? It starts with recognizing that our value is not contingent on external factors. It's about challenging the messages that tell us we're not good enough and replacing them with affirmations that remind us of our inherent worth. It's about celebrating our strengths, acknowledging our weaknesses, and embracing the totality of who we are. Remember, you are worthy simply because you exist. Boundaries are essential for protecting our emotional well-being. They are the invisible lines we draw to define what we will and will not accept from others. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish or controlling. It's about honoring our needs and prioritizing our well-being. It's about communicating our limits to others and standing firm in our decisions. Think of boundaries as fences around our hearts and minds. They allow what nourishes us in and keep what harms us out. Without boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed, resentful, and depleted. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially in relationships where we're used to pleasing others or avoiding conflict. But it's essential for creating healthy, balanced relationships. Start by identifying your needs and limits. What are you willing to tolerate? What are your non-negotiables? Once you're clear on your boundaries, communicate them to others clearly and respectfully. Remember, you have the right to say no to protect your emotional well-being. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and self-love. It's about honoring your worth and prioritizing your needs. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, constantly striving for the next goal, the next achievement. But amidst the chaos, it's crucial to carve out time for ourselves, time to recharge, reconnect, and simply be. Mindfulness and self-care are not luxuries. They are necessities for maintaining our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's about cultivating a sense of awareness and appreciation for the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Self-care encompasses all the activities we engage in to nourish our minds, bodies, and souls. This could include activities like meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, reading a good book, taking a long bath, or simply enjoying a cup of tea in silence. It's about making a conscious effort to engage in activities that bring us joy, peace, and rejuvenation. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential. When we prioritize our well-being, we show up in the world as our best selves, more energized, more compassionate, and more resilient. We live in a world that often encourages conformity, to fit in, to follow the crowd, to suppress our individuality. But what if we dared to be different? What if we embraced our quirks, our passions, our unique perspectives? Authenticity is about living in alignment with our values, beliefs, and true self, even when it means standing out from the crowd. It's about having the courage to be ourselves, even when it feels scary or uncomfortable. It's about letting go of the need to please others and embracing the freedom of being true to who we are. Authenticity is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up in the world as our most genuine self, even when we're still figuring things out. It's about embracing our imperfections, celebrating our strengths, and honoring the journey of becoming who we are meant to be. Remember, you are unique, you are special, and you have something valuable to offer the world. Don't be afraid to let your true self shine. Life is a journey of continuous growth and development. It's about embracing new experiences, learning from our mistakes, and evolving into the best versions of ourselves. Growth is not always comfortable. It often involves stepping outside our comfort zones, challenging our beliefs, and confronting our fears. But it's in these moments of discomfort that we discover our true potential. Think of growth as a muscle. The more we challenge ourselves, the stronger we become. Embracing growth means embracing the unknown, accepting that we don't have all the answers, and being open to learning and evolving. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, setbacks as lessons learned, and failures as stepping stones on the path to success. Remember, growth is not linear. It's a messy, imperfect process. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of doubt, and moments of triumph. But through it all, we learn, we grow, and we become more resilient, more compassionate, and more whole. Embrace the journey, even when it's challenging, and trust that you are becoming who you are meant to be. We all carry baggage past hurts, regrets, mistakes, grudges. These burdens can weigh us down, preventing us from moving forward and embracing the fullness of life. Forgiveness is not about condoning or forgetting. It's about releasing the grip that past pain has on our hearts and minds. It's about freeing ourselves from the weight of resentment and bitterness, so we can move forward with lightness and grace. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love. When we forgive ourselves and others, we choose to release the pain of the past and create space for healing and growth. Letting go is not about forgetting or denying the past. It's about acknowledging the pain, learning from the experience, and choosing to move forward without carrying the burden of resentment. It's about recognizing that we are not defined by our past mistakes, that we are capable of growth, and that we deserve to live in the present moment, free from the shackles of the past. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's a choice to release the pain, embrace compassion, and create space for peace and healing in your heart. Emotions are like waves. They ebb and flow, sometimes gentle, sometimes turbulent. Emotional regulation is about learning to ride these waves, to navigate the full spectrum of human emotions without being swept away by them. It's about developing the skills to acknowledge, understand, and manage our emotions in healthy and constructive ways. Emotional regulation is not about suppressing or denying our emotions. It's about acknowledging them, understanding their origins, and choosing how we respond to them. It's about developing the capacity to experience difficult emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. It's about learning to self-soothe, to find healthy outlets for our emotions, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace and stability. Emotional regulation is a journey, not a destination. It's a skill that develops over time with practice and patience. It's about learning to be present with our emotions, to observe them without judgment, and to choose responses that align with our values and goals. Remember, you are not your emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. With practice, you can develop the skills to navigate the waves of your emotions with grace and resilience. We spend so much time focused on the external world, our relationships, our careers, our achievements, that we often neglect the most important relationship of all, the one with ourselves. Cultivating a healthy relationship with our inner selves is about fostering a sense of self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-compassion. It's about creating a safe and nurturing space within ourselves where we can explore our thoughts, feelings, and desires without judgment. Our inner selves are like a garden. We need to tend to it with care, nurture it with kindness, and weed out the negative thoughts and beliefs that hold us back. This involves paying attention to our inner dialogue, the way we talk to ourselves. Are we kind, encouraging, and supportive? Or are we critical, judgmental, and harsh? Creating a healthy relationship with our inner selves is about becoming our own best friend, offering ourselves the same love, compassion, and understanding we would offer a loved one. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of our own love and attention, and that our inner world deserves to be treated with care and respect. Remember, you are your own best advocate, your own best cheerleader, your own best friend. Nurture the relationship with your inner self, and you will bloom from within. We've explored 10 essential elements of self-love: self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-worth, boundaries, mindfulness, authenticity, growth, forgiveness, emotional regulation, and a healthy relationship with our inner selves. These elements are not separate entities. They are interconnected threads woven together to create a tapestry of wholeness. They are the tools that allow us to navigate the world with courage, vulnerability, and a deep sense of worthiness. Self-love is not a destination. It's a journey, an ongoing practice of showing up for ourselves with kindness, compassion, and acceptance. It's about embracing our imperfections, celebrating our strengths, and honoring the unique individuals we are. Start by incorporating these elements into your daily life, one step at a time. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and remember that self-love is not another item on your to-do list. It's a radical act of self-acceptance and a lifelong commitment to embracing the fullness of who you are. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup, so fill yours up with love, compassion, and a whole lot of grace.